What's up, guys? Today we're playing Epic 7, and today we're going to challenge Nightmare Devourer. Now, my last video I used Maid Chloe, Carrot, Seaside Bologna, and Champion Zerato, so I'll link that video in case you want to go check that out. Now, today we're still going to bring in Maid, we're still going to bring in Carrot, but I had this idea, maybe we should just go full fire burn team, and so we're going to try it out today, and let's go over our heroes. First up, we have Maid Chloe. Now, you can use any kind of Soul Weaver or healing ability for this, as long as they don't have something that you don't want to get stolen. One problem that I had when I used Doris is that she provides a healing over time. The ads steal it, then they get healed. It makes the match longer, so I just went ahead and brought in Maid Chloe. She heals every turn without doing anything else, and I'm mostly just using her S1. Now let's go ahead and go into Bihu. I actually just built this guy. He's pretty sad, honestly. He's on his own artifact. Now, if you don't know what Bihu does, he makes burns much stronger. So I was hoping that what would happen is I would bring in a lot of burns with Araminta and then also Carrot, and then those burns would just totally murder. Now, it will work, but it does take a little bit of time, and so we're bringing in Bihu. He's not bad, not bad. You need to have at least 85% effectiveness to land your debuffs against the boss. Anything else, pretty much go into attack because burn damage is based on attack, and then go into HP defense and also into speed. Speaking of that, let's go into Carrot next. Where is she? Now, this is my long-standing Carrot. I haven't changed her gear in a very long time. She is here for burns. So we have pretty close to 85% effectiveness. Then just like Bihu, you want to go into attack, into some Brewster stats, and into a little bit of speed. And then lastly, you know what? Let me show you this. I did not use Araminta. I used Silver Blade Araminta. Araminta will work better. I just don't have her build. She has 2 burns onto her S number 3, 100% chance, 2 burns for 2 turns, a stun, and then she also has an unhealable, which is very nice, and an attack buff up for all allies. She is ideal for this fight. Now, I have Silver Blade Araminta built, and she's terrible. They need to do something with her. She has a 65% chance to land burns instead of a 100% like Fire Araminta. She does have a 100% stun. Doesn't really matter too much for this. Decreased combat readiness actually does help a little bit. We have combat readiness, we don't care. And then 75% chance to land 1 burn for 1 turn. This is just not enough. It's just not. 60% chance, 1 burn for 1 turn. This is the saddest thing ever. I guess you can soul burn to make sure that you're always landing those burns, but honestly, she was not amazing. So pretty much anyone else that you have, I think will work. Same kind of build, burn build, pretty high into attack, bruiser stats, some speed, and then I built her for PvP, and so she has a lot of effectiveness. Honestly, I'm probably going to strip off all her gear. She's plus 15, the regret is real, but I never use her, and she was terrible here when she should really succeed. Now, one thing that you can do, I used Champion Zerato in my last match. He does very well onto Fairy Tale for Nightmare because he does extra fixed damage that goes through the boss's shield. Anything that you would normally use is fine. He is onto the level 88 lifesteal gear from Abyss. Do not build level 80 lifesteal gear because you can't reforge it and it's just garbage. A level 88 is pretty good. And then what you can do, this is actually pretty fun. You go in and you build Bad Cat. And you put Champion Zerato in the front row, Bad Cat anywhere else, right? Probably the back row. And she is going to trigger Champion Zerato all the time. On both these heroes, make sure you have 85% effectiveness, then just build them how you would normally build them. This is the Bad Cat that I tried to use in RTA. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. When it does work, it's pretty funny. She's on the number 3 explosive equipment. This actually just came out, so I just picked one that I thought would work, and this one will do pretty good in something like RTA, right? You can also use someone else other than Champion Zerato if you want in that front row. Something like I think an Abyssal Euphine will work out pretty good. She hits pretty hard. You can also use an area in the front row, or I guess Arya. She will work out pretty well. She's good on Fairy Tale for a Nightmare. You can also use her own artifact, have effect resist if you can, because Champion Zerato cannot be stunned, but Arya can be stunned. And that means that if she does get stunned, then you have all these rounds where you're not doing any damage, and the ads might heal, so then it just takes a long time. But super fun build to bring in Bad Cat. You should try it. Today, we're going for burns, so let's go in and beat the Devourer.
Cherish the life you have left. I am to protect everyone. I'll have to give it my all.
Hello! How may I help you?
It's time to show you what I've got.
You'll regret this.
Violence is always a last
don't act
resort.
so surprised.
You can get my autograph later.
I'll have to warm up. Ha! Prepare yourselves. It's time for
It's time to
fireworks.
find an answer.
If you're afraid,
How do we
you
feel
can
about
surrender.
fireworks? They get on my nerves. I've got to remove them.
all! Let me hear you cheer for me! Shall I test my theory? Statistically, the odds are on my side.
It's important to know one's place.
This is gonna burn a little. Show me what you've got. I'll erase your existence.
Hello! How may I help you?
Violence is always a last resort.
How do we feel about fireworks?
I'll show you some results.
Now, who first? I must complete my task. I'll have to warm up. Prepare yourselves. It's time for
Cherish the life
fireworks.
you have led in masses.
It's time to rise
You can get my autograph later. It's time to find an answer. Help, please. Aren't you impatient?
They get on my nerves. I've got to remove them until everything burns.
If you're afraid,
Oh,
you
don't
can
act so
surrender.
surprised.
Hello! How may I help you? You'll regret this. I've already finished analyzing you.
It's time to show you what I've got. Be prepared.
Cherish the life you have left.
How do we feel about fireworks?
Let me hear you cheer for me.
Show me what you've got.
I'll show you some results.
It's important to know one's
This is
place.
gonna burn a little.
You can get my autograph later. Your queen has arrived with a special treat.
They get on my nerves. I've got to remove them.
Transformation time.
No one can stop us!
It's time to find an answer.
Violence is always a last resort.
Oh, don't act so surprised.
Hello. How may I help you? Turn.
I'll tear you to shreds!
I'll have to warm up. I must complete my task.
If you're afraid, may the city melt. Light within your hearts.
Shall I test my theory? I'll show you my secret methodology. You can get my autograph later.
It's time to show you what I've got. Prepare yourselves. It's time
It's
for
important to know
fireworks. How
one's
do we feel
place.
about fireworks?
I'll show you some results. Let me hear you cheer for me.
Now, who first?
Burn them all.
Cherish the life you have left.
Oh, don't act so surprised.
You can get my autograph later.
It's time to show you what I've got. Ha! I'll erase your existence.
It's time to find an answer.
If you're afraid, this is gonna burn a little.
Hello! How may I help you?
Show me what you've got. Ha! I must complete my task.
You'll regret this. Statistically, the odds are on my side.
It's important to know one's place. Oh, don't act so surprised.
I'll have to warm up. Ha! Until everything burns.
You can get my autograph later. I'll show you some results.
They get on my nerves. I've got to remove them. Prepare yourselves. It's time for
Violence is
fireworks.
always a last resort. If I am to protect everyone, I'll have to give it my all. Cherish the life you have left. How do we feel about fire?
Let me hear you cheer for me, troublemakers. Put down.
Now, who first? Ha! I'll erase your existence.
It's time to find an answer.
Show me what you've got. Ha!
It's important to know This is one's gonna burn a place.
Hello! How may I help you? Shall I test my theory? I'll show you. My secret methodology. You can get my autograph later. Transformation time!
No one can stop us.
It's time to show you what I've got. With Hellfire!
Let me hear you cheer for me!
If you're afraid, you can
Oh,
still
don't
act so surprised.
Hello! How may I help you? You can get my autograph later. Ready, everybody? Cause your queen's about to sing! I'll show you some results. I need an assistant. I'm coming!
Violence is always a last
How do we
resort.
feel about fire?
I'll have to warm up. Ha! I must complete my task.
Let me hear you cheer for me!
No
Get
problem.
your order!
Till everything burns. It's time to show you what I've got. Ha! I'll erase your existence.
You'll regret this.
Show me what you've got. Ha! Prepare yourselves. It's time for
Hello.
fireworks.
How may I help you?
Cherish the life you have left, you huddled masses.
It's time to rise up.
It's time to find an answer. I've already finished analyzing you.
They get on my nerves. I've got to remove them. I must complete my task.
It's important to know one's place.
This is gonna burn a little.
You can get my autograph later.
Now, who first? Prepare yourselves. It's time
I'll
for
show you
fireworks.
some results.
If you're afraid,
How do we feel about
surrender.
fire?
I'll have to warm up, please.
Let me hear you cheer for me! You'll regret this. Hello! How may I help you? Annoying troublemakers! Put down!
cherish the life you have left.
Oh, don't act so surprised.
Show me what you've got. I can't take this anymore.
Shall I test my theory? I'll show you. My secret methodology. You can get my autograph later. Here comes Archie.
Sacred power.
Violence is always a last
This is gonna
resort.
burn a little.
They get on my nerves. I've got to remove them. Ah! I'll erase your existence.
Let me hear you cheer for me. Transformation time.
No one can stop us.
I'll show you some results.
Cherish the life you have left. If I am to protect everyone, I'll have to give it my all.
It's time to show you what I've got. Until everything burns.
You can get my autograph later.
If you're afraid, how do we feel about fire?
You'll regret this.
It's important to know one's place. Oh, don't act so surprised.
Hello! How may I help you? It's time to find an answer.
I'll have to warm up.
Violence is always the last resort.
Let me hear you cheer for me! Your queen has arrived with a special treat! I'll show you some results, statistically. The odds are on my side. You can get my autograph later.
Show me what you've got. Burn them all!
Cherish the life you have left. Oh, don't act so surprised.
Shall I test my theory? Hello! How may I help you?
They get on my nerves. I've got to remove them. Prepare yourselves. It's time for fireworks.
If you're afraid, you can surrender.